Good morning, guys. I hope you're having a great week, and of course, jumping in with our Friday video. And today, I really want to share a little bit about worthiness, and this can come up for us all at times. And I've just realized I forgot to get my sheet that I was going to show you guys, but that's okay. I can talk you through it. So, our worthiness, it is absolutely 1,000,000% an inside job, guys. Nobody outside of yourself can declare your worthiness. Now, that's a really, really good thing. Hey, Carly, great to have you on, darling. Haven't seen you for ages, Dal. So good. I'll send you on here, obviously. Hey, Sandra, lovely to have you on. And lots of people jumping on now, which is so fantastic. So this worthiness issue, it comes from this scarcity and mentality in society that we don't have enough. And so we look for all of these things outside of ourselves. We believe we need more, or we want to have more, or all of these other things. Hey, Di, lovely to have you on as well. Say hi if you're jumping on. You've been hiding, Carly. That's interesting. Hey, Lisa, lovely to have you on too, darling. Hey, Sanjeev, great to have you on as well. And so this worthiness stuff, guys, it really does come from our deepest fear as human beings, and Tony Robbins often talks about this in his seminars as well, is that our deepest fear as humans is that we're not enough. Number one, that we're not enough, and number two, because we're not enough, we won't be loved. Now, all of this comes from the ego survival mind. There is a part of you. There is the largest part of you, the most divine part of you, the highest part of you. You know, it might be called your inner self, or your core being, or your core essence, or spirit, soul, whatever it is that you want to call it. Hey, Nini, lovely to have you on. Hey, Tash. And that part of you knows that you are lovable, that you are worthy, that you are complete, that you are whole, that you are healed, that you are enough as you are right now, and you will continue to evolve and grow and expand. So there's a part of you that already knows that. Now, you could not feel so bad in your feelings of unworthiness or insecurity or anger or powerlessness or any of those things if that part of you wasn't already holding that space. The worse you feel, it is the distance between what your higher being or your inner being knows to be true, and your worthiness is never ever in question, guys, but it's our ego survival mind that gets tripped up. It's looking to the external world to prove that it's enough, to prove that it's okay, to seek the validation. Now, the only challenge with that is the external world is just feedback for what's actually going on internally with you, for how you feel about you. And this is where our worthiness can kind of trip us up, and we'll say, but this person said this about me, and this person treated me this way, and this person didn't appreciate me, and this person, and we build this whole entire BS story based upon all of the reality that we've experienced. And I don't mean that I know that sometimes, and I've certainly experienced that myself, where it feels so horrible, feels so hard when we're stuck in that thought, when we're stuck in that feeling of feeling unworthy, or feeling insecure in ourselves, or feeling powerless within ourselves. But that just means that we are so disconnected from what our truest part of ourselves actually knows to be true. Hey, Kate, lovely to have you on. Hey, Kylie. Thank you so much for the nice earrings comment. These are actually my daughter's. I did borrow them. But thank you. I really appreciate them. I really like them too. So this really can create some challenges, guys, and I know for a long time I was 100% externally validating. So I didn't know how to love myself. I didn't know how to appreciate myself. I didn't know how to connect with that inner part of myself, and I was searching. I knew there was something that I was searching for, but I felt very, very lost inside, because I was so focused on needing everybody else's approval, needing everybody else's validation in order to prove my worthiness, or in order to feel that I was worthy enough. And so some days I'd feel great if the people around me were quite positive, or they were feeling good about me in that moment, or feeling good within themselves, because remember, we project everything. And if somebody's angry at you, it's nothing but a projection and a judgment of themselves about themselves. But now they're projecting that rule onto you. And we all do this to each other as humans. And this is what really creates a lot of funk in relationships as well. Because it's like, well, I need you to be different so that I can feel okay. Because I'm triggered by you. I'm triggered by that which I see in you that which I don't like in me. So now I want you to change so I can be happy. And so all of this creates this enmeshment and this unhappiness within relationships. And you cannot ever clear it up by trying to get other people to change, or by trying to get other people to be different. We have to be able to come back to a place where we're connected with our own self-love, where we're connected with our own worthiness. And to do that, hey Mel, lovely to have you on, babe. To do that, I use a system called the Emotional Guidance Scale. It's something, if you've listened to Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks, it's a powerful process that they actually use, and you can look it up. You can just even Google it on the internet, or I'll pop a link below where you can grab a copy. And I've also got a YouTube link attached to that as well, where I explain how to actually use that. But in its very basis, right down the bottom, we've got very low energy emotions, which is powerlessness, grief, despair, fear, all of those ones. And then you get into rage, anger, frustration, overwhelm, and then up into boredom, curiousness, and then courage, contentment, and optimism. And then as we move through that, positive belief, expectation, eager, excitement, happiness, joy, passion, appreciation, gratitude, and now we're at empowerment. And so our inner being is always in empowerment. It is always in love and appreciation. Your inner being is always looking at you with the eyes of love. It is always seeing you through eyes of absolute love and appreciation. So when your ego survival mind is not feeling the same way about you, now you've got a discord, now you've got a distance, now you've got an emotional journey that you need to take in order to connect you with the largest part of you. And in those moments, guys, when you're connected with you, when you're loving you, when you're seeing yourself as your inner being, as your higher self sees you, now you feel amazing, now you feel unstoppable, now you feel confident, now you feel like anything is possible in your entire life. It's like those, oh my God, my life is so amazing moments. That is when you are truly connected with that largest part of you. And your ego survival mind is lined up with that. Now, the challenge with this is something may get our attention, whether it's with a story that we've told ourselves about our body image, whether it's a story we've told ourselves about how smart we are, or how strong we are, or how successful we are, or how much money we have, or any of those BS stories. It takes us away from what our inner being knows to be true about us. So I'll just read Carly's comment down here. Hey Chrissy, lovely to have you on too, darling. Hey Marguerite, lovely to have you on, gorgeous. Yes, it really is. We need that daily reminder, because we can all be looking at stuff that kind of trips us up, and there's value in that as well, because it's when we're experiencing what we don't like, we get to decide what it is that we do want instead. Now, the problem or the challenge with that is most of the time when we're in our ego survival mind, it is fear-based. It's focused on what it is that we don't want to experience, what it is that's difficult to experience, and so we can't get our eyes off it. So we keep looking at that thing that we don't want, going, I don't want that thing, I don't want that thing. It's like saying to yourself, don't think of the blue shoe, I don't want to think of the blue shoe, I don't want to think of the blue shoe. The whole time you're entirely focused on the blue shoe. You cannot get there from there. You've literally got to ask yourself such a pivoting question, which is, okay, I'm clear on what I don't want. What do I do? What do I want instead? Or what? Yeah, what? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm tripping up in my own words. So yeah, what do I want instead? What would feel good for me? What is it that I want to focus on that would feel amazing? So Carly, maybe, and I love your honesty there, Dylan. And it is, it's tricky, because like you might have a strong rule where you need to be positive or you need to be happy, so you don't allow yourself, or perhaps you've judged yourself for being grumpy. And you know, I certainly know I can be grumpy at times. There's not always things that that I feel happy about all the time, because I'm sifting and sorting through the contrast of life and going, yeah, this feels great, or no, this doesn't feel great for me. but it takes me true focus to go, okay, I'm looking forward to spending more time with people that feel happy. I'm looking forward to feeling happy within myself. So I use a combination of both the Byron Katie work, which is releasing the thoughts. I need such and such to be this way. And then I always do a turnaround on that. So how do I feel when I believe the thought, I need them to be happy? I feel annoyed. I feel triggered. I feel grumpy. I feel, because we become whatever it is that we've judged. So everything is just a reflection of what's actually going on internally. And then it's like, how do I feel if I didn't believe the thought that I needed them to be happy? I feel calmer. I've got some breathing space. I feel relaxed. I actually feel happier. I feel more in control, because that's the challenge, is that we're so busy when the world's not showing up in a way that we want it to, because of our focus or because of what we've been thinking about. Now we're wanting the world to be different, whether that's a person or an event or circumstance, and we cannot ever get there from there, because you can't control the world, and all it will do is exhaust you guys, and create such resistance within, where you're pushing so hard but you're not actually ever getting anywhere. We've got to focus on what it is that we do want, and then move forward towards that. And so I'm looking forward to feeling a little bit happier. Great, what could I think about, what could I focus on that makes me feel a little bit happier in this moment? And the same is true of worthiness. So insecurity and unworthiness is like second from the bottom on the emotional guidance scale. And it's just some of the stories, I'm not enough, or I need to be this to be more worthy. We're sold very deeply ingrained stories around, I need to be productive in order to be worthy, or I've got to work hard in order to deserve money, or in order to deserve success. I've got to be this, or I can't be happy until everybody else is happy, or my worthiness is dependent on how happy I'm able to make others. So there's all of these BS stories that we're really sold, and are very, very unconscious patterns a lot of the time, until we create conscious awareness around it as well. So that's so awesome. I'm so pleased that that's been really helpful for you, Carly. And I love that you're halfway through work as well. Good morning, Kelly. Lovely to have you on too, darling. So if anybody's got any questions, please let me know. But really, it's the biggest thing that I really wanted to share with you guys is that you cannot ever prove your worthiness. Your worthiness is already there. It's not about proving your worthiness. It's about taking the emotional journey and lining your ego survival mind up, which, remember, is fear-based. It is there to protect you. It's there to keep you safe. It's just not very good at actually the art of happiness, or the art of joy, or the art of fulfillment, because it is so focused on protecting and keeping you safe and keeping your body safe, guys. So it's looking for everything that could harm it, hurt it, or abandon, rejection, all of those things. It's so focused on that. So it's difficult at times to get our eyes off what we don't want, because the ego survival mind keeps going back there and going, no, I've got to protect myself from that thing. I've got to guard myself from that thing. I've got to defend myself. I've got to justify myself. I've got to prove myself. So if you've got that going on, know that you're in your ego survival mind, and that's not a bad thing. It's just notice where your emotions at, notice how challenged you feel, and do the emotional work in order to be able to move yourself up that scale. I will I'll pop in the link so that you guys can grab it. Hey Kel, great to have you on. Hey John, have a great sleep, Carly. Sweet dreams, darling. And but I will put the emotional guidance scale on. This thing has literally changed my life. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and there's two things that have massively changed my life. I've spent over or like multiple six figures on educating myself and on doing courses, whether that's intuitive courses or Reiki courses or Tony Robbins or life coaching courses or coaching for myself, or just so many different programs. And these two resources are free, but they are seriously, guys, a pot of gold. And if you're really looking to change your life, you need to be investing time every single day to be able to clear away the BS stories, because that's what's blocking you, that's what's holding you, that's what's keeping you in the same habitual emotions that you experience again and again and again, because we continue to create the same reality with the same thoughts or the same beliefs. Whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. So you can sit here and go, yeah, but you don't get it. Like, I experienced this and this and this in my childhood. And, you know, you can argue that point as much as you want. Of course, it's going to be true, because whatever we believe to be true, we look for the evidence to support that. And it's not until you actually realize, holy crap, I actually don't have to believe my beliefs, I don't have to believe my thoughts. Even one of my beautiful clients yesterday had a scary experience where somebody has been diagnosed with an illness that's quite threatening and quite scary, and she was really scared for her own well-being as well because of that, because of some hereditary things, and but had totally bought into this belief around that and was terrifying herself, and then without the thought felt so calm and felt so amazing, felt so connected, felt so happy again, which of course is such a way to thrive and to really improve our good health and well-being as well. So all of these things really help with your well-being, they help with your relationships. You cannot ever get your worthiness from externally. It has to come from within. It's about lining up the BS stories, or removing the BS stories that you've told yourself as to why you believe that you're not worthy or not deserving enough, or you any of those things. And we've all got those upper limits that we push against where life starts to get a bit too good, or we're going for the next level and next minute you've hit that glass ceiling again because you believe, you know, I'm not actually worthy of that. And worthiness is just, it is another BS story that we tell ourselves. Your worthiness is never ever in question. If you look at a brand new baby, do you say that baby's unworthy of love? Of course not. You know, is the baby actually doing anything apart from crying and, you know, maybe eating and sleeping and pooing? No, it's not a production machine. And yet we still know innately that that baby is 100% worthy of love. You and I are no different to that. Nothing has changed apart from the BS stories that we were either told or were indoctrinated with, or have come down through generational lineage from cellular memory, or we've told ourselves again and again and again through inner criticism and through believing our little inner critic that loves to play out, that loves to make us feel like rubbish at times. And all that is an insecure little child inside of us. And by loving that part of ourselves, by loving that inner critic and saying, thank you for trying to help me, I know you're trying to help me, and you're so scared that I'm not enough, but I'm here to love you. And in doing so, now you've given that part of you that doesn't feel enough or doesn't feel worthy of love or feels that it needs to be more perfect or more something in order to be lovable. You've given that part of yourself the love that it truly craves and is wanting, and the reassurance that it needs. And in doing that, I promise you, you will feel so much calmer as you move throughout your day. You'll feel happier, you'll feel more connected with yourself, you'll feel more connected with others, and just truly come back to a place of love for yourself as well. So have an amazing day, guys. I truly hope that that served. Hey Virginia, lovely to have you on. Hey Janine, lovely to have you on too, darling. If you're just jumping on, guys, you might want to go back and watch the replay. I will pop the emotional guidance scale link below, but like I said, you can just jump on and Google it. And bring that up and talk yourself back through those emotions. The link that I supply has the video attached to it as well, so that you can really understand how to actually use that. And I promise you, like literally, like I said, it is a pot of gold. Using that emotional guidance scale has changed my life, because whatever you're vibrating at, whatever emotion you're feeling consistently every day, and of course our emotions go up and down to some degree, but I can promise you there's probably 5 emotions that you experience on a regular basis. If they're frustration, if they're anger, if that's disappointment, if that's unworthiness, or you know, just not feeling great within yourself, then it's really time to take charge of that, to power up within and to connect yourself to your own inner power. You cannot get enough power to ever control somebody else. And this is where our society gets so mixed up, is because you've got so many people that feel powerless to change the situation. They're not connected with their inner power, therefore they're trying to get power over another. And that's where control, or feeling controlled, which is two sides of the same coin. When we're feeling controlled, we're actually controlling back because we want somebody to be different so we don't feel controlled. And that's all that's actually going on, is because we're disconnected with our own inner power, because we can't get our eyes off something that's bugging us. Come back to your own worthiness, come back to your own self-love, focus on what it is that you do want, and I promise you, you'll be able to really connect with and start to create from your own inner power, knowing that the universe brings you whatever emotion that you are in. So if you're in powerlessness, you're going to receive a whole lot more events that keep lining you up with the feeling of powerlessness. If you're in excitement, joy, passion, enthusiasm, appreciation, you are going to have so many more things to feel joyful about, to feel excited about, to feel passionate about, to feel appreciation for in your life. And this has been the emotional journey that I've taken myself on over the last 10 years. I can promise you, I still have moments where I absolutely dip down into the lower emotions, but on a consistent basis, I vibrate more and more and more towards that empowerment, towards that true joy, true gratitude and appreciation. And it brings so much power to your life, guys. Have an amazing, amazing, incredible day. Hello, gorgeous Amna. So great to see you last night, honey. Hey, Davo, great to have you on here. And hey, Sue, lovely to have you on here. Jump back to the start of the video, guys. If you just jumped on, have an amazing, incredible day. So much love and gratitude for you all for tuning in. If this has been valuable for you, please like, love, and share that with those that you love or those that it could help. I think worthiness is one of those things that we can all struggle with at times. So definitely make sure that you're sharing that info and helping others through that same situation as well, if that's what they're experiencing. Hi, Jerry. Have a great day, guys. Bye.